In a war of machines, he chose a sword. In a war of mass production, he chose a longbow. In a war of terror, he chose bagpipes. This is not a fairy tale. This is not a Hollywood fantasy. This is the documented, verified, and utterly astonishing combat record of one man. A man the Germans called der verrückte Engländer, the mad Englishman. His name was John Churchill. And what you are about to witness will challenge everything you thought you knew about how the Second World War was fought. To understand the legend, we must meet the man. John Malcolm Thorpe, Fleming Churchill, Jack to his friends, was no fresh-faced recruit when war broke out in 1939. He was a 34-year-old veteran, a champion archer, a skilled piper, and a man with a bone-deep love for history. Stationed with the Manchester Regiment in May 1940, he watched as the German Blitzkrieg, the Lightning War, unleashed its fury. Panzer divisions sliced through countries. Stuka sirens became the sound of doom. The world was witnessing the dawn of a new, mechanized age of destruction, and Jack Churchill decided to answer it with the 15th century. While his comrades zeroed their rifles, he sharpened his Scottish clay-beg broadsword. While they packed grenades, he fletched his arrows. His creed was simple, and he stated it plainly. Any officer who goes into action without his sword is improperly dressed. May 27, 1940. Near the village of L'Épinette, France, Churchill's company, a desperate rearguard for the evacuation, was dug into a farmer's field. Through his binoculars, he spotted a 5-man German patrol advancing cautiously, just 200 yards out. He reached not for a rifle, but for a sleek, polished piece of yew wood. He strung his longbow. His men watched, bewildered, as their lieutenant stood, drew the string to his cheek, and aimed for a point high in the overcast sky. He released. The arrow flew in near silence. No muzzle flash, no gunshot, just the whisper of fletching on air. It struck the lead German soldier in the chest. The patrol scattered in panic, searching for a sniper who wasn't there, attacked by a weapon that shouldn't exist. Later that same day, the German pressure intensified. A machine gun nest, an MG-34, had pinned down an entire platoon from a fortified farmhouse. Casualties were mounting. A direct assault across open ground was suicide. He told 2 sections to lay down covering fire. To the men closest to him, he simply said, "Follow me." He then drew his broadsword. The basket hilt gleamed. He took a deep breath and let out a roar that belonged to Bannockburn or Culloden. He charged. Through the smoke and dust, a shrieking apparition is suddenly coming at you. Not crawling, not taking cover, but charging. And in his hands is a sword. For 2 critical, disbelieving seconds, the fire from the farmhouse faltered. During Operation Husky, the invasion of Sicily, he was tasked with a night raid on a fortified Italian observation post overlooking the landing beaches. The plan was complex, relying on silence and stealth. He unslung not his Thompson, but his bagpipes. He inflated the bag. He looked to his stunned commando sergeant and simply said, "They need to know who's coming for them." And then he stood up and played. His final act came in 1944 on the Yugoslav island of Brač. Leading a partisan assault on a seemingly impregnable hilltop fortress, the attack stalled under withering fire. With his men pinned down, Churchill did what he always did. Sent to the infamous Sachsenhausen, he and a Royal Air Force officer executed one of the war's most daring escapes, tunneling out and walking nearly 150 miles before being recaptured. So, was he mad? Or was he a genius? His medal tally, the Distinguished Service Order, the Military Cross, and Bar, suggests the British Army believed the latter. His story forces us to ask one final question. In an age of drones and algorithms, has the room for a Mad Jack vanished forever? Or does his legend remind us that the human heart, in all its unpredictable glory, remains the ultimate weapon on any battlefield?